So once again, I am almost like a year late to a commentary. I really need to step up my game on these. I'm sorry, I'll try. But this is Splatoon 2. Ink it up again. This was one of the easiest videos I've ever had to make, at least in terms of big videos, because Splatoon 1 was hell, but Splatoon 2 was like the complete opposite, because Splatoon 2, there's not a lot to really say about this game. The video really speaks for itself, but I finished editing everything by like December. The only reason this came out in March is because I was just lazy to get like the drawings done, and I also had other videos in production. Season 2 was basically my overworking era, and it shows. But regardless, I'm still happy with this video. Like, it's nothing big or like something monumental, but you know, it's a video on the channel. It's not really a big video, but it's a video, and I appreciate it. And this is notable because this is the video where I started doing backgrounds. Granted, they're terrible like my drawings, but this is around the point where I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna have to do some of them myself at this point because I just don't know. Like, you know, it's something I had to swallow like art, and I tried, but you know, it is what it is. This is still a video, so let's just get that started. So, the Switch, one of Nintendo's most successful consoles, and as of recording this video, it's been going strong for 7 years. Which isn't a scary thought at all, right? With the success of this console, Nintendo decided to port a lot of their Wii U games to the Switch, most likely to not make them exclusive to a coffin. Now, what these titles added vary, I'm not going to be speaking a lot because I just kind of don't know what to say for this video, but you know, the bit that I was trying to adjust the volume but failed was saying how the Switch is 7 years or old now. It's like the Switch is like 8 years old now, and it's not gonna die probably for a while because Switch 2 is a successor. Like, people will probably still make games for Switch, I think, for at least until 2026, probably 2027 even. And that's scary to think about. And I got the Switch in like 2021, so I was late to the party. But damn, I feel old.
Well, not really. Yeah, it's no secret that's
yeah. So this kind of the recurring gag, which wasn't planned at all, was how I just kind of say that this game is just Splatoon 1 again, which this game pretty much is. It's just Splatoon 1.5 to me. Like, that doesn't make it bad, but with Splatoon 3's, oh boy. So this was shot on New Year's 2023, and I'll let it play out first, but this was improvised in one take, and I kept it because I thought it was funny. This was all Sidekick's idea, by the way. He wanted this shit to play out like a drug deal, and I was like, yeah, sure. And I wore the red jacket because that was the fit at the time. Oh, and this bit was the other guy recording was Sky Default Aaron, and he was the cameraman, and he put that bit in, so we were just like, yeah, go with it. Anyways, these intro stuff, these background were all done by Snicks, and they're great as usual. Like, they don't go as hard as Kasumi's work on the first video did, but they still go pretty hard. It's just not as complex, which I appreciate. And I should have told her that earlier, but you know, that was 2 years ago almost. I think it is what it is. I definitely don't know how to draw people and shit compared to Farpoint in the last time, no, but I tried my best to just shove in whoever I could.
Finished the tutorial, super jump to Inkopolis Square, the lobby for
yeah, like this whole video is like assuming you know how the game works or like you've watched the first video, because I don't want to explain the fundamentals all over again, because you know, that was what the first video was meant for. This is second video. Let's get a move on, you know.
However, the first game used the Wii U gamepad pretty heavily.
Yeah, so this is like the major point against Splatoon 2 is the first game just did not really have like the second game just because the gamepad is gone, it just kind of leaves a void, and I think this also extends to the third game, but not as bad there. But it's just the first game, just the game just feels the most fun to control in the first game with the gamepad. That's all I'll really say. I've already gushed about the gamepad before, so I don't have to do it here.
On someone on the gamepad to me. Another issue is that using the gyro feels worse here in a way. Not the control.
Yeah, so this is the main thing. The gyro is just like you have to constantly reset it, and it doesn't ruin the game at all because you just get used to it. But in the first game, you just barely have to do it in my experience, only a couple times. But you have to do it constantly in Splatoon 2 and 3. It's just kind of like it's not even annoyance. It's just kind of like, why, you know? Like, I don't mind it and I'm used to it, but I would just prefer how it was in the first game. Hopefully the Switch 2 controllers can fix that, but we'll see, because I don't know what the hell they put in the Wii U gamepad where I barely have to reset it.
Worse than the first game. It's just likely just me, but I just swear it's not smooth as it was before. In any case, with that out of the way, Inkopolis Square.
Yeah, there's nothing much to say about this
Yeah, this
lobby.
kind of blows. I
It's
understand
cool you
Longmore
can
crafted an
visit
entirely
it
new
in
lobby
all
for
three
this game,
lobbies of
considering
Splatoon
one and
3
two are
now.
literally
That's
2 years
nice, but
apart,
this is the
but this
lobby
just
I never
feels
visit because
lame.
I just don't
I
really
get it's a
like
new
this
area to
lobby. Just
encompass, but it
the
just feels
first one
very
is
small and
iconic. It's the
cramped.
first
I
one.
honestly
It
would have
has
just
like a
taken the
vibe. The
plaza again
second
at this
is like
point.
it's
But
just
other
kind
than
of it's
that,
not
it's the
bad,
same
and I
song
can
and
see why.
dance. You
But
can shop
if
for
I
various
utter
gears and
like
weapons
unless
here,
you're
and
nostalgic
visit
for it, I don't really
non-shady
see a
spots,
reason to
a
play
bunch of
it.
side stuff like this dancing
Play on
minigame,
that
and see
lobby. The
all the
third one
fellow
is just
people
a
you've
big,
met in your
massive one. The
matches,
first
with
one
the
is like the
bonus for
small
actually
first
seeing their
area, and the second one's
messages.
just kind of like,
So the
why would I go
square has
there?
that going
So I
for it,
always just
I
pick the
guess.
first or third
You
lobbies
could
for
also explore
Splatoon
the
3.
square, but like I said, it's smaller compared to the plaza, so I don't really find myself doing much, which means
Yes, this part. I should have told Simon to draw it a bit bigger, or surround it more, but it is what it is.
just go.
Yeah, it's kind of a gimmick where
Seriously?
like
Yeah, I
in the
don't care at
first
this point.
in the first like videos, Snix is just
Like
kind
the
of rushes
first
past
game,
and
Splatoon 2 has a
goes
story mode
into
as well. The plot this
the
time is
sewage
that one of
thing.
the idols from the
But
last
the
game,
second
Callie,
game
has
is
gone
just
missing,
is
along with
the
the
second
great
video is
Sadfish.
just
Instead
new
of
guy
being
just
greeted by
rushes
the
it.
old
It's
guy
just
like
like I
last
just go
time,
like
we're
yeah
greeted
yeah
by the
yeah
other
just
idol
go
from the last
because
game, Marie.
expect
She's
it
looking
to
for
just
her
I don't give a
cousin,
shit.
the Octarians, and
The
the
new
leader,
agent here,
DJ
it's kind of a
Octavio,
gimmick for these
are
reviews where I'm
absolutely up
going
to
to do
something,
Octopus Expansion 2 where
again,
like
so
the
it's up to
agents will
you
just
to
be
save
whoever I
Callie,
decide
the
to
great
pick. And this
Sadfish,
one
and
is
Inkopolis
BM,
again.
just some guy I knew who I met, and I was just, oh, the gargling. It's a joke
If you
where
couldn't
like
tell, Storm
gargling
was
is like
basically
what the
more of the
inklings
same from the
sound like,
first
and I was
game,
just like,
but
I was
I
gonna
actually
record
think it's
myself doing it,
worse.
but I just
But
could
before
not get
that,
it
let's
to
go over the
work right.
positives.
Like it didn't
The
sound right
most
to me, so I
important
just
change
used a
is that
stock
you
sound
actually
effect.
get multiple
I don't know if
weapons
that
here,
joke even
meaning
landed
there
for
adds a
people,
lot
but
more
it was
variety
just
for
funny
this
in my
mode.
head.
The first
So.
game had you
But one
stick
of the
to a
things
single group
I
for the
got
whole
BM
thing,
because he's just a
and while it
kid I
wasn't
knew
bad,
like
I
in a
did
different
get a
server,
bit
and
tired
he
of
was
it by
also
the
at
last
Splatoon,
world.
and I was just like,
You
you want to
upgrade
be in the
your gear, you
video?
acknowledge that to
Yeah.
use the
That's
pirate
pretty
you
much how the
find, but you
process
have to
for
also
the
find these
casting goes.
sardines scattered throughout
I
levels.
just go to
I suppose
people
it's
I
always
know,
in
and
the
I'm
12
just like,
reach
you want to be in this
gear,
video? Oh
which I'm
hell
fine
yeah!
with.
That's literally how it
Other than
goes.
that, it's more of
That's
the
the
same
beauty
when
of
you
the
start from the
process.
first game. There's 5
And
worlds,
also,
and
I'm
it's
probably
either just
avoiding
gameplay
talking about
Zapfish,
story mode right
dancing
now
on
in the
different areas
commentary
of
because
movement to
it's
get
a
game into
story
times,
mode. I don't
grabbing
know
10
what to
mini
say.
Zapfish while avoiding the
Like it was
octolings,
just a
all
chore
of
to
that
play.
stuff.
Editing it was also
So,
kind of a
with
chore
changes like
because
this,
it's
it
like when
should
you're
be a better story
when I
mode,
review something I
right?
don't like or not too fond
Yeah,
of, it's
I
almost always a
wish.
chore.
See,
But
the
the
first
only
makes
thing
you
worth it
flood
is
with
just
multiple
like some
weapons.
jokes here and
I
there. That's
know
kind
I
of the process
just
for a
praise
lot of
this,
my
but it
videos.
just like
It's just I
sometimes
think
you
of a
get pushed
funny
to play
idea
low with a
and
certain
then the next
weapon.
thing I know,
And I
boom,
don't really
video.
like some of these weapons,
It's like I
so it
locked in
makes
or
some of
some
these
shit.
levels
It's
just a
crazy.
chore. And given that there's 8 weapons, good luck trying to beat every
Oh,
level
this
8
one too.
times. The
Cyanide
biggest flaw is the
Cyanide
hub
actually
worlds.
tried
In the
to
first game, I actually literally just
800% this game or
explored
something
ink
with
areas
all
during
8
the
weapons, and he
kettles,
was
which
like,
is
I'm
simple
not
but
doing
fun.
that. So this is
Splatoon 2
actually
does
his
the
idea
same
too. He was
thing,
like,
but it just
can you
cranks
just
up
like,
the
can
annoying
you,
factor
should
to
we just use
11.
Jimmy
By
head
the 5th and
desking
final
in
world, I
live
just wanna
action? And
end
I
it
was like,
all.
yeah,
Who the
sure.
hell thought
And
Wedding
I
in
never
Crawford was
really
a good
resort to
idea
live
for a
action, but
hub world?
at
It
least
already
back
sounds
then.
like
But
a
now I
pointless
kind of
level,
do it a
but
bit
when
more
you do
often
this
because
just
I
to
think it's
exit
just
level, it's a
funnier when it's like
goddamn
something's just
nightmare.
so
The
like bad
bosses
or
are
whatever that it
technically
just
much better
breaks
here,
from
as they
the
don't end super
stick
quickly
figure
and don't
style, and you
overstay
get
their
this,
welcome.
and it's just live
Save
action
for the
now.
final
It's like
boss.
I just
See,
think that's
with
funny
Caterpillar
here and
Village
there.
being
Like I like to use it
hypnotized by these
occasionally,
shapes
but I
to
still
be
don't
like
like being on
Octavio's
camera all
servant,
too
you
much.
think
It's
it'd be
kind
a
of why
really
I
good
went with
boss
the
fight,
whole
but
image
it's the
still
worst one
drawing
instead.
format.
The first phase takes place in an open field,
Well,
so
this
it's
boss
just
was
bland as a
fucking
result.
disappointing,
And then
dude.
in the second phase, you have to take modified
My
Rainmaker
god, this
from the
part
ranked
here,
mode and use it to
the
damage
Rainmaker mode
Octavio
is
while
just,
through
oh
on
my god.
rails
Like I thought
and
this was
slam
gonna
it into him
like
to
be
end it
hype
all.
and just
Sounds
kind of
like fun,
ends. It's
right?
like that's it.
That's it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this boss
yeah.
this
I didn't
game
know
is
how to
over in a
draw a
matter of
huge
minutes.
crowd, so they're
For
just
a final
circles.
boss,
Deal with it.
that's
I'm
pretty
sorry.
sad. At least they means the story mode
Don't
is over
expect
and I
art
can
from
move
me.
on,
I'd expect
but
fart.
needless to say, this entire mode is just a downgrade from Splatoon 1, and I would really only recommend this if you're curious.
Yeah, like yeah, there's no real reason to play this. Oh, and this fucking background took
Is
me
it
way too long because
time
again,
time for
first time I
brawl on the
forgot the hoodie
multiplayer?
stuff in BM's
Pretty much?
outfit.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
Hey.
Yeah, he just
Aside from the
glasses, but
map
I
queue
just
being
did not
changed
know
from
how to
4
draw a
hours to
background,
2
so I just kind of used
hours,
a reference, and it took
online
me
is
like an
pretty
hour to
much the
draw
same
that
from the first game,
thing, and it
but with
doesn't
all the
even look
gameplay
that
changes
good.
carried
But
over
you
due to
know,
being on the
it
Switch.
is what it
You get the
is.
gear
I'm
weapon
just
of your
glad I
choice and
just
play
took the
Turf
plunge
Wars
taking
or Ranked.
backgrounds, even if
Though
they're
a
all
big change
shitty.
is that they
It's
changed the
a
specials so they
background is better
aren't
than no
stupidly
background
overpowered like
usually.
they were in the first game. It does lose a bit of the chaotic energy that the
Yeah,
first
that's
game
also
had,
another thing. Like
but
I
I can
know,
see
like
why they
Splatoon
did
3
so.
is a lot better in
Though
this
some of the
regard.
new
Well,
specials
minus
do
some
leave me
specials, but
confused, like
Splatoon
the
1 it
ink
felt a lot more
armor, where
chaotic
it
with
just
like
takes
the shit
effect
like
a
the
few
Kraken
seconds
and the Killer
after you
Whale,
do it,
as
while in
annoying
the
as they
first
are.
game,
But you know,
equivalent,
it
it
just
just activates
I just kind of
instantly.
prefer it for some
But that
reason, like
aside, Turf
slightly. I
War
can't
is
explain it.
pretty much
Maybe
the
I'm just a
same as it ever
sadist.
was, just with some new maps thrown into the mix
Oh
as
no.
well. They're alright, though I find the maps from the first game to be more memorable. Not that any of these
Okay,
are
so
bad,
yeah, this
but
is
they
just
just don't
kind of
really
like
leave much of
no,
an
I
impression
again I
on
don't
me.
have much to
It
comment
is
on this
nice
video
that they
because this is
tweak
like
some
a
of their
big
returning
video,
map
but it's
though.
like the
Spawn
least big
camping isn't
video
so common in
because
the
there's not
skate
like a
park
lot that
anymore,
went
thank
behind the scenes.
God.
I just kind of
But
made
the
it
goal is the
happen.
same. Two
This is
teams
a
to
big video
four
because
rounds to
that's just how
ink
all the
most of the maps
Splatoon
in
videos
3
play out.
minutes.
It would feel
You either
weird to make them
steamroll or
just
get
one of them
steamrolled.
just regular at
Ranked is
this
also
point.
here with the same requirement of being level 10 to access it.
You know,
Though,
like this
there
video was
is
just
now
like
a
there's
food
not
truck in
much
the
of a thought
plaza,
process
which
behind it. It just
means
kind of
you can
happened.
find tickets for
So
various
like
fully in
unlike
story
other
mode
big
or
videos
other
where like there's a
places to
lot
give
behind the
you
scenes
various
and stuff,
perks,
a lot of
like
planning.
an experience multiplier for a set amount of matches. This is a pretty welcome change, as it made grinding for ranked much faster
But
than
yeah,
in the
this
first
was
game.
a huge help
As
during the
for ranked
playthrough
though, the tier
or
2
the
modes,
recording, because it
Splatzones,
just meant I could get through
Rainmaker,
ranked
and Tower
modes
Control
faster,
all
which
remain
was
the
very
same,
nice.
but with minor tweaks made to them. Like the Rainmaker being an explosive weapon this time around, which I much prefer.
Yeah, I actually
personally.
like this change.
These
Ray,
modes
this makes
are also
Rainmaker a
pretty
lot
much
better for me.
unchanged
I like it
otherwise,
when it's
so I'm not gonna
explosive and
explain how
not
they
just the
work again.
bazooka.
However, Splatoon 2 did
And
introduce a new ranked mode.
I
Clan
straight up
Blitz.
just I
Yeah, this
really
mode
don't
is
want to play
dog
this
shit.
mode, man.
Now,
Fuck this
the
mode.
concept
Holy
here isn't
crap! It was
exactly
just that
bad. You
I
basically
just ended up
gather
using
these
like
clams, form a
footage
football,
from
and
other
use it to break
people
the enemy
here
goal
for the most
barrier,
part, but
and
I
then
did play
huck
it
it in
myself
as many
because you
clans
know
as
I have
possible.
to. But
Least
this
points
mode
remaining, your
sucks.
team who gets the other team down to 0 wins. Now, when I explain it, it sounds simple. But when you're actually
Yeah, but
playing
the
it
thing
in
is, this
game for
mode
the
is just
first
kind of
time, it's
confusing, and
just very
even when like
confusing
you
and
finish, you
counterintuitive.
understand it. Just
If
I
I
just
have to
don't really
look
like
up a
this mode. I
guide
can't
to
explain
figure
it.
out what to do in your
Like
game
I was
mode,
honestly
either
dreading
I'm
doing this part,
stupid
but I knew I
or it's
had
just
to
not designed
because
very
if I
well,
just kind
or
of
maybe
like
both.
guessed my mode
But
way,
yeah,
guessed
I
my
really
way
don't
into
like
like
this mode, and I
writing
have
this
no
segment,
desire to
it'd be
play this mode
about
after
Clan Blitz. It'd
reviewing
be
it.
like
I do
you know,
like the
it'd just be
implication
very
that a bunch of
obvious.
clans
It's like I
together
still have
form
to
a
play it
football,
because that's
though.
the whole part of reviewing. I could make a funny joke about like just ignoring it, but nah. Oh, and I was proud of this joke too because clans make a football. I don't know. This was always in my head.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go for takeout.
Yeah, I don't know why.
When the
I
ranked
just
queue
really
fails
like
me,
this joke.
I
It
know
was
another
really
mode that
funny to
has
me.
my back. Motherfuck.
Yeah, so Salmon Run's a decent mode, but you know I prefer
Salmon
the
Run is
1 and
wildly
3
different
because
compared
in
to all the
2
other
it's kind
online
of a bit
modes because
different.
It's a wave defense game mode. The basic goal here is to kill these fish-like creatures, salmonoids, and basically get these golden eggs from defeating the various bosses of different
Again, not
varieties.
much to really
But
say
it's
here.
not
I
that
just played
simple
Salmon
because
Run.
you
It
gotta
was
take the eggs and
different.
carry
Not
them
much.
all
Again,
the
I
way
don't
to the
have a lot to
basket.
say about this
Failure
video.
to
This is
get
like
the eggs in
the
time
most
will result in
underwhelming
these guys
commentary
taking them into
ever because
ocean.
the other
They're also
videos had like
super
a huge
speedy, so
ass
you're pretty
like
much screwed
production
if they
shit
get the
behind it,
eggs.
but this is
Meet
just
the
like
quota by getting the
yeah.
required amount
So
number of
I
eggs
made a
into your
Splatoon 2
basket in
video because I
time.
had
It's
to.
on to the next wave. And you just
I
do
mean,
this
the
for 3
interesting thing
waves,
about
and
it is it
you're
only
golden.
happened because
So
Cyanide
it's
just
obviously not that
has the
easy.
game
The
and
first
I
reason
could just
being that you
borrow it
don't get
from
to
him,
choose
so
your
I did not
weapon.
need to buy
See,
it
there's
because
always
I was
rotation
just
of
gonna
4 different
skip
weapons in
this
this mode,
if
and
he
you
didn't
get
have the
randomly
game. It
assigned one
wasn't
every
willing
wave.
to let me
So you better
borrow it.
hope you get a weapon
I
you
like
can't use
honest, this
solidly.
video just would
And
not have
even your
happened alongside
specials
Auto
rotate
Expansion.
too.
I was not
You
going
only
to
get 2
play this
uses
game
for
because I didn't
them
see a
through the
reason to
whole
play it.
game, but they are lifesavers in tight situations.
So you can all thank
Granted,
Cyanide
you
if
do know how to
if you're a
use
fan
them.
of this video, I
Weapon
guess,
rotation
for
can
it
have
for
special
the reason the
events
video
sometimes,
even
ranging from all random
exists.
weapons to Grizzco weapons, which are basically just amped up regular weapons that chug through your ink, but they are really good, so it helps that if you do well enough,
Oh yeah, I
you
used
can get some
Splatoon 3
seriously
footage
good
for the
rewards
Grizzco
from here,
weapons there because
mainly
I did
being
not have
cash
any
or
for
food
Splatoon
tickets.
2,
But
and
it's nice to have.
but it still got the
However,
message
a
across.
major
I
flaw
think they're
this
the
mode
same
has
thing
had
now.
is that
So
it's only
what?
open sometimes. And instead of making the mode available
But yeah, the
anytime
stupid
like all
thing
the
about
other
this is
modes,
it's not bad.
it's
It's still
only
Salmon Run.
available during
I would
some
enjoy this more
days,
if
which is
if I
just
you know if
why?
I
I'm
was
so
there
glad
for
the
Splatoon 2
targeting
being the
removes
latest game,
entirely
but
because it just doesn't
you
make
know the
any
problem is
sense
that
to
it's
me.
only there for
Another
limited
issue
time,
isn't
so it's
on
like what the hell,
developers,
man.
but it's just that I wasn't
And
really
yeah, I
able to
could barely
anyone
find
in this
people.
mode.
It was just
Maybe
not
like a couple
happening, dude.
times,
So it's just
but
like
I was just alone for a good chunk of my
whatever.
time.
It is what it
Good
is.
luck getting all those unborn babies by
I had to
yourself, I
draw
guess.
these two.
With that new mode aside,
I'm
though,
proud of
there
that
is a
little
certain
illustration
event
there
that
with like the
returned from
Salmon Run
first
gear. I'm
game.
oddly proud of that.
I
Still,
really
that
wish
look
I could
that
say
looks
something
oh
about
like
this
I hit my
Splatfest,
mic, but
but
that looks
I really
a lot
can't.
nicer
The
than
first
my
game had
usual
an active
stuff.
scene from Mars to
I
make
don't
their
know
own
why.
Splatfest, So I was
Guess
able
it
to
just
do that
like
back then.
sometimes my
But
drawings
here,
look a
it doesn't
lot
look
better.
like there
Sometimes
is
it's just
one.
like
And even
what
if
was
there
I
was
going
one,
for, you
I'm
know?
not going through the trouble of harmonizing my OLED
I'm just
switch to do
rambling at this
so.
point. I'm
It's a damn
sorry.
shame too, because this Splatfest here actually looks super fun. Not to mention all the promotional
Yeah, so
artwork and
this
stuff
is a
that's
part
put
where
out for
I'll
these.
just
Like,
commentate on
holy
Splatfest
shit.
because
Did I
someone will
forget to
not,
mention that there's
someone will
also a
get mad at
race
me
war
if I
at one
don't
point?
mention
And
it,
dude, the
even though
final
I literally cannot
Splatfest,
participate
holy
in them.
shit, they
There's no
really
way for
pull
me
out
to do
all
it.
the stops for this
So
one.
let me
It's
just
like they
talk
amped
about
up
how
the
they
party
looked
aspect
from
of
an
the first game
outsider's
to
perspective.
11. Again,
I could have
I
just not had
wish
this
I could
section
talk
at all,
about
but
what
I
it
decided
was
to have it
like, but the most
anyways,
I could
just
have
so
done is
that that
literally
one
just watch from
commentator
a
wouldn't be
distance.
like, you know.
And it seems like it's gonna remain this way. As for the gears or weapons and all that, it's pretty much the same from the first game. Get to level 4 and to
Yeah,
sharpen your
again,
arts
I'm
with
not
10, but
explaining
some
all the
weapons unlock
weapons.
grand
That's
levels.
not my
Gears
job.
have
We're not a
abilities and
guide.
sub-abilities, you get the point.
Hold up.
But like the
Turn off
first
my
game,
heater.
since Splatfests are not a thing anymore,
Probably heard the
you
beat,
can't really
whatever.
get super sneeze nails to get new abilities or slots for your gear. Again, at least the first game had more Splatfest going for it. Though, the this game is the ability to order your stuff from the Nintendo Switch online app. In the first game, if you saw a piece of gear you like from someone
Yeah,
else,
again,
you could
I had to
usually
mention
order it
this
for
because
yourself.
someone would have
Granted, you
probably
want to win
gotten
a
mad if
day.
I didn't. But
You can do
also,
the same thing in
I use
Splatoon 2,
Splatnet
but
3 a
now
lot,
you can
Splatoon
do
3,
this-
so I was
use
just
to
like,
also
you
use
know,
the
I might as
mobile
well
app to
mention it for
see if there's any
Splatoon
gear you
2.
wanted as well. It helps that it's also instant, so it's a nice option to have. But other than that, what other stuff does this game add or improve upon? Given that the game is on more powerful hardware, the graphics have seen
Yeah,
an
again, not much to
improvement,
say
but
here.
only somewhat if you ask me. First of all, the animation has seen a major overhaul, feeling way more cartoony and lively now. Not that the first game lacked this detail, but it's clear that it's a bit lacking when you compare it to this game. The resolution also got a bump up, and it still manages to keep a consistent 60 frames per second almost all the time, resulting in a really good looking game to this day. Though some areas like the shops are still locked to 720p.
Yeah, I
and they look
think,
a lot
I'm
more
not sure
crusty
this is
compared to the
true,
other
but
areas
it
as
looks a
well.
lot crustier
Another
to
cool
me,
thing
but
is
I
that the
could be
game still
wrong.
keeps
Someone
attention
can
to
probably
detail
correct
like
me
the
on
first
that.
game did, like with the brands, the music, and so on. It really does
Yeah,
a good
this is
job
something
making
I
you feel like
didn't
this game
mention
has
in
a
the
world
first
of
video
its
of how
own,
like
and that's something I find
how
impressive
like
every time I
the
play this
presentation
game.
just like this
But
is like
there is a
like
gap
everything
between
is
having
like
the
framed like it's
presentation
an actual
and it's the
world, and I
lighting.
really
Splatoon
appreciate
2
it.
goes for a
Like, you know,
much
brands and
harsher
all that
style
shit,
of
it's
lighting compared
great.
to the
I
first
don't know
game,
why I didn't
I
mention my
think.
first video,
At least
but
in mixed
it's something I
results. On
appreciate
one
more
hand, it
about
does
this
make certain areas
franchise.
like the salmon run on the
The
maps
more I
look a lot
play it.
nicer, but on the other hand, a lot of the areas just look too bright and harsh for my liking. Like the majority of the story in most stages.
Yeah, I
It's
noticed
totally
that.
just my preference though, and I can see why someone would like this look. But man, I do not like getting blinded by the sun. I'm just glad this was
Pokemon
toned
Hyper
down in
Beam
the
sound
third game
effect
at
always
least.
comes in
Of
handy.
course, you can't talk about Splatoon without mentioning.
Yeah, I don't like this. So this was the part I knew I'd like. This is something that actually has some backstory, because in my first Splatoon video, I kind of just like went like, yo, this soundtrack has a lot of bands, and that's about it really. And my friend Snicks was not very happy about that, because, you know, he's like,
Yeah, I'm not too fond
Splatoon
of
is
the
like his
soundtrack.
passion thing, and
Before I
he
go
really
off,
likes
it's worth
about
noting
music
that
and
in my
stuff
review
like
of my
that.
last
So,
game,
you
I
know,
feel
audio
about
guy.
the
So I was
bands,
like,
and I got
so
a nice little rant to
yeah,
as a
this is where
result.
that comes from,
So,
because I
let's
didn't
talk
talk
about
about the bands enough, and like he
See,
was
Splatoon
or at
always
all,
has
and
a
he
great
was
job
like,
making you
oh
feel
come
like
on
you're in a
man.
totally
So
different
I
world
just
from
made
the
that joke.
first
I'm like,
person
fine,
alone,
I'll talk
but
about them
also
this
in the
time.
music.
You know, I kept it
Splatoon,
brief because
there's a
there's,
variety
you
of
know, a
tracks
lot
from
about the
different
bands, but I
bands,
just,
and each of these
this is
bands
from
have
my
a
perspective,
distinct
because I'm not an
style to
audio
them.
guy. I just
Splatoon 2
fucking
does
listen to
have good
music and go,
stuff,
ooh,
but
this
doesn't
sound
feel
cool,
consistent.
or this sound like
See,
shit, you
Splatoon
know.
1 always kept this certain
Like, I'm
feel
not
with all the
very,
songs,
when it
no
comes to
matter what the
audio, I'm
band
just very
was.
simple, in and out. But I did talk about the bands a little bit, showing like, you know, the different works and all that, how some bands are turned, etc., you know. But yeah, this soundtrack was a downer. I do not like Splatoon 2 soundtrack at all. It has some hits, but for the most part, it's kind of underwhelming or straight up bad. Also, I know I keep on shifting channel. I think some of the titles are different between Japanese and, you know, the rest of the world, but or the song titles. But whatever, I can't care. It's still the name of the song either way, so who cares?
Splatoon 2, these songs just
Someone
feel
does, I
all
don't,
over
sorry.
the place, with some being great, but others just being unfitting or just straight up bad.
Yeah, so this is like one of the better songs Splatoon 2. Also, my favorite band is Splatoon. I popped off when they came back to Splatoon 3, it was great. But this song, I heard this like the first time I played Splatoon 2, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This joke pretty much just instantly came into my mind.
Hell, some songs are just change of songs from the first game, and man, it's always weird just hearing these play.
Yeah, this is just the Splatoon 1 Victor team, but it's like slightly modified, and I just don't fucking get it. Like, it's just so weird when I heard this.
They
It's like,
also
I feel
really
like it's just
alluded to
wrong.
their
It feels
place in
like
the last
something's
minute
wrong
of
with the
Tug Wars,
universe.
Now or never.
Like, this should
In
not
the
be
first
allowed.
game, it was just frantic.
Oh, and
track
now or
that
never,
amped up the
especially.
feeling
This
what was
song
going
got
on. In
fucking
the
like
second game, it
murdered
straight
in
up feels
the
out of a
second
rave
game. It
party,
sounds
and
like
it
a
just
goddamn
doesn't
disco
work.
party now. Like, I'm supposed to be dancing. Like, stop. It just.
I'm supposed to be
I'm
getting
talking more about the
pumped,
game than the
not
video,
getting
but then
down.
again,
So,
Oh, I
yeah,
like that.
Splatoon 2's
I think
soundtrack
that
is just a
splat was
major
traced
letdown.
too. I don't
It's not
remember.
bad
Probably
by any
because I
means,
couldn't draw
and
for
there is
shit. So
good
I just
stuff
kind
in
of traced
here,
it from
but
official
I don't know
Splatoon
if they found
artwork or
themselves coming back
something.
to it for a reason.
But I
The
like
story
that
mode
joke.
tracks
Like
are all at
I'm
least
supposed to
still
be getting
great, but some of
getting
them are
pumped,
just
not
straight
getting
reused from the
down.
first
Like
game.
that was really funny to
So,
me.
go figure. And that's Splatoon 2, which is just Splatoon again.
Again, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've
said
been
that
using that
video a
word a
lot in
lot
this.
lately
That it
throughout
wasn't
this
even in the
video,
goddamn
but
title and
that's really the
description because
best way
that
I
was
can
just a
describe
gimmick
this
at that
game,
point. I was
you
like, yeah, I'm
know?
just gonna
I
repeat the
get
word
why the
again
game
because
is
that's
like
kind of what
this
this
due to
game
coming
is.
out the
Splatoon
same day as
again.
Switch launch and all that. But this game is just in
Overall,
a very
I'm just gonna
weird
start
spot
saying
now
my
that
thoughts
Splatoon
because
3
there's
is
not
out.
much to say about the
That game feels
conclusion,
a lot more
especially the
comfortable on
credits.
the
Because the
Switch, and it
credits,
just
I
offers a
should
lot
talk
more
about
to
that
do,
when they show up.
personally.
Because
Splatoon 2
oh
is
boy, do I
nowhere
have to
near a
talk
bad
about the
game,
credits for
but
a
there's
bit.
just no real reason for me to play it aside from this
But yeah, this
review.
video
If
is
I wanted
just
to play
kind of
Splatoon,
like a
I'd add a
video.
playthrough because the
Like
latest
it's a big
title,
video,
or
but
one because of its
kinda not
Wii U
really.
era
But like
feel.
just like the.
Right. Point is, there's
Yeah,
nothing
that
in
was
Splatoon 2
unfortunate,
that
but
really
what I'm
drives
talking
me
about
to
is
come
like it's
back
just
to
the
it,
first
you
video had
know?
just so much
I'm
more
sure that
going
if
for
this
it.
was the
Like it
latest
was the first
title
big
or if I was
video.
to talk for it, I'd be
My
singing a
fucking
different
hard drive
tune,
failed,
but
and I had
that's
to
sadly not
re-record
the
all,
case here. Since this
re-record
title was
everything
on a
again.
successful platform, I can
Sure,
understand why
it
so
meant the
many
video
people
could be
love this
60
title
frames,
or
but
are
also
nostalgic
like
for it.
Jesus
And I
Christ,
can
what
still
a
respect this
mess.
title because
And
while
here,
it's
just
not
this
very
video
different
just
from
kind of
Splatoon 1,
happened. It was
it's still
ready.
Splatoon at the end
It
of the
just
day,
took a while
and
to
they
come out because
really
of
did
other
introduce
projects,
this
but
franchise to a lot
that's
more
it.
people,
Really, there's
so
nothing else to
thanks
say.
for that.
Like like this video just happened. But oh boy, the
But
credits.
they did remove that
Oh
local player
right,
mode
I didn't
that
talk about
the
this more in the
game had
first
that only
game.
5 people played,
So I just
so
made it
never
as
mind.
someone
Bad
commented
game,
in the
0
video
out of
for
10.
Splatoon about how I didn't talk about the local multiplayer, which I couldn't talk about because I didn't have anyone at the time to play it with. So I was just like, alright, I'll just briefly mention it here. Are you happy? But yeah, these credits. I always try to stretch out the credits to the song, but the thing is that these credits are so little, like there's not much credits, that I just have to fucking like figure out ways to draw it out and just kind of like, you know, like the first video credits, the song was like not as long, so I was just like able to make it flow naturally, but here it's like there's just long pauses all the time while like Snick's artwork just kind of fades in slowly or some shit. Like I don't know what I'm doing. It's always, these credits are always just kind of like, how the hell can I stretch this out? That's pretty much with every big video credits. I just try to figure out how to stretch it out to the song length. But if it's too long, I'll just fade out the song and shit, cause fuck it, I'm not covering it completely. But here I had to, which I'm kind of scared how to do for the third video, cause that credit song is like 5 minutes long. So it's like, that's gonna be a leg and a half for work or some shit. But yeah, just this was a video. It came out. It got decent amount of views. I feel like my Splatoon videos seem to get the most views, so that's nice, I suppose. But you know, also like how I guess Splatoon attracts people. Or it's because of the thumbnails being more detailed than they usually are. My bad. Sorry guys. Oh well. Trying to think. But yeah, again, there's not much to say about this video. It's just, it happened. I've been saying it a lot. I think I just repeated myself, but yeah, this video was fine. You know, I think it's a video. Like, I don't look at it like as a great video, but I think it's a good video. But that's it. There's nothing really notable about it. Like, out of all the big videos, I think this might be the one that's like the most, like, the least big video, because you know, while it's like you know, it's obviously not the worst big video, because that belongs to probably Superstar Saga of how disjointed that video is. Superstar Saga was still a big scope project for me compared to like this video where it just happened. It's just a big video because Splatoon, and that's just something I want to keep. I also really like the music used here because it's always just like Splatoon 2, Splatoon 2, Splatoon 2, and there's like one Splatoon 1 in here, and then that's it. Like, it's really funny to me. Again, Snick's artwork is really good. Like, I'm really glad he agreed to just do this. It took him a while, but he's really good at. Again, Splatoon is his passion, so I can see why. That's why I picked him. And I don't know what I'll do with Splatoon 3, but you know, I don't want to spoil anything because that's a long time from now. I don't know if I'll ever get to it even. But yeah, just, you know, usual credits. And I actually really like this song too, like these credit songs. Like, obviously the first and third credit songs are a lot better, especially the third one, Jesus Christ. But the second one is nice. I like listening to it here. They're like, during the production is, when I'm working on like a big video, usually I tend to listen to like the soundtracks from like that game I'm reviewing. Like, for this, during this production, I was listening to Splatoon 2. At least, well, Splatoon 2, I was only listening really to the credits a lot because that's like one of the few tracks I like. And it's just kind of like, and then just, I don't know where I was going. This is just a weird fun fact. Again, this isn't really a commentary. It's more so just I'm rambling about stuff surrounding this video or the video itself, rather than like, the production and behind the scenes stuff. Because again, this video is just not much to say about it. It happened. It's a good video. Congrats. But that's pretty much all I can do for this commentary. I'm just making it because it'd be weird to skip over it. It would have been funny, but whatever. I don't mind doing this. And there we go. I removed it. Okay, this is the one few notable things. I have to pause it for this. This is the one few notable things. Of course, you have the again as a joke because that's a gimmick. But here, so in the original Agent artwork, they're holding like dualies while Atreus popping out with Kelly Marie and Octavia sitting. I just cut it to be the agent, which is BM, but I cut out the dualies from him because I was still actively playing Splatoon 3 at the time, and I have like a big fucking hatred against dualies and the blah blah blah, especially the dualies, because the users just kind of, at least I don't know about now. I think they annoy me, but I used to fucking hate dually users. They just annoy me now. But back then, when I was getting into Splatoon 3, like I was still new to the game, the dually users were just kind of, they had this gimmick where you could just kind of roll around, and they would just roll around constantly like they're Sonic the Hedgehog, and I just fucking hated them. So out of spite, I was like, I'm removing the dualies. Fuck you, you're just floating in the air now, and that's it. That's a joke. GG. And that's pretty much it for the commentary. I'm just gonna pause here. I don't have to fucking do anything. It's just, that's pretty much it. The next commentary I believe is Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which is a much shorter video, but there's a lot more to say about it, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to commenting about that, because, boy, is there a lot of shit I have to talk about that video. See ya.